The following section provides the essential principles of psychological first aid, which are crucial for providing effective support and maintaining ethical standards during interventions. This section aims to outline the fundamental principles of psychological first aid, emphasizing the ethical standard required for effective crisis intervention. Mastery of this principle is vital for responders to support recovery with dignity. When providing psychological first aid, the first principle is about safety. Such, it's essential to prioritize safety, ensuring both the provider and the receiver are protected from harm and stress, creating a secure environment for assistance. This involves removing them from harmful situations or elevating factors that might contribute to increased stress or danger. Principle number 2 is calm, and this is very vital in order to be able to assist someone in distress. We have to focus on being in a calm presence. This includes non-intrusive comfort, deep breathing exercises, grounding techniques, and a soothing tone of voice, all contributing to a peaceful environment. Let's briefly look into these two concepts, deep breathing and psychological grounding. Deep breathing is a simple relaxation technique that you can use to help calm your nerves, reducing stress, and even help clear your mind. Here's how you can do it. Find a comfortable position. Sit in a comfortable chair with your back straight or lie down on a flat surface. Place one hand on your chest and the other on your stomach. Inhale slowly by breathing in slowly through your nose, allowing your stomach to rise as much as it can. Try to keep the hand on your chest as still as possible. Hold your breath for a moment. Usually, a count of few seconds is enough. Exhale slowly by breathing out slowly through your lips as if you are whistling, while gently pressing on your stomach. This will help push out the air. Repeat this process 4 to 5 times to be able to achieve calmness, or until you feel calm, or you keep repeating until you feel calm. In essence, this principle of deep breathing, which is one of the ways to achieve relaxation, emphasizes that the duration of time used for breathing out should be twice that used for breathing in. So if one should breathe in slowly for, let's say, 3 to 5 seconds, then one should breathe out slower for, say, 5 to 8 seconds. The second principle that is worth learning under here, or a technique, is called psychological grounding. And it's a technique that can help distract you from distressing feeling or thoughts and bring your focus to the present moment. It's particularly useful if you are feeling overwhelmed or disconnected. Here's how you can practice psychological grounding. One of such techniques is called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Start by naming 5 things you can see around you. Next, identify 4 things you can touch or feel, like the texture of your pants, the cool surface of a table, etc. Then acknowledge 3 things you can hear: traffic outside, bird chirping, etc. Recognize 2 things you can smell, or if you can't smell anything, think of your 2 favorite smells. Lastly, name 1 thing you can taste, or your favorite things to taste. Another form of grounding is called physical grounding. This method is to physically ground yourself by feeling your feet on the ground. You can do this by standing up, feeling the weight of your body pressing down into your feet, and noticing the sensation of your feet touching the floor. The third technique one can use to achieve grounding is to engage your senses. This is by focusing your senses as effective as possible, and this includes hold a cold beverage, feel the sensation of the cold in your hand, and taste the drink. Each sensory experience helps bring you back to the here and now. Grounding techniques can help you cope with situations where you might feel emotional distress, panic, or dissociation by helping you stay anchored in the present moment. The third principle we'll be talking about is connectedness, which is very pivotal to achieve emotional recovery. It's about creating bonds with friends and family, tapping into community resources, and joining social support network to foster a sense of belonging and collective healing. Importance of connect, uh, Importance of connectedness is like having a safety net of emotional support that catches you when you are feeling down. It's crucial for helping people recover emotionally after a tough time. When you feel connected to others, you are not alone. You are part of something bigger, which can make you feel more secure and supported. Communicating with loved ones. Talking with friends and family about what you are going through is like opening windows into a stuffy room. It allows fresh air to come in and can make things feel a bit easier. Sharing your experiences help build a strong network of people who care about you and are there to support you when you need it. Community resource linkage. This is like having a map that shows you where to find helpful resources and services in your community. It connects you with local support and help, making it easier to get the assistance you need. It also helps weave you into the community fabric, making you feel a lot to be part of something local. Social support network. This network are group of or community that provide emotional support. They act like a big family that understand what you are going through. Being part of such networks make you feel that you belong and are not alone, which can be very ailing when you are facing hard times. Understanding these elements can greatly enhance how we cope with challenges and contribute to our overall mental health and happiness by ensuring we have the right support around us. The fourth core principle is time efficacy. Focusing on self efficacy is crucial for recovery, involving positive actions, practical aid, and coping strategies to empower individuals. Empowerment in recovery goes like this. Think of empowerment in recovery like giving someone the tools they need to fix their own problem. It's about helping people believe in their ability to recover and encouraging them to take positive steps towards their own well being. This might involve learning new skills or getting involved in activities that make them feel stronger and more capable. It's like cheering someone on and giving them a boost so they can jump higher and reach their goals. Developing coping mechanism is like building a personal toolkit that helps you handle difficult situations. It involves coming up with strategies that work well for dealing with stress, anxiety, or sadness. For example, some people might find that going for a walk or talking to a friend helps them feel better when they are upset. It's about figuring out what tools work best for you and keeping them ready for when tough times come. The last of the principle, which is the fifth, is hope. In times of crisis, maintaining hope is essential. Aid provider must focus on the light at the end of the tunnel, reassuring those affected that the situation is temporary and recovery is on the horizon. Hope is like a light in the darkness during tough times. It's really important because it helps keep people's spirits up when things look bleak. Think of it as the cheerleader in your corner, reminding you that there is a way through the tough time. The people who help during crisis, like first responders and volunteers, are especially good at giving this hope. They show up, roll up their sleeves, and help out, which can make everyone feel a bit more optimistic about the future. When bad things happen, like a natural disaster or a big community problem, it's helpful to remember that these situations are usually temporary. By focusing on ideas that things will get back to normal eventually, it helps everyone feel more at ease. It's like reassuring someone that the storm will pass and sunny days are ahead. This way, people can start looking forward to rebuilding and getting back to their regular life, which is crucial for mental health and community strength. This process of normalization is very vital in helping to rekindle hope and in sustaining hope. Some ethical consideration when carrying out psychological first aid. One of the first of such ethical consideration is confidentiality, which is crucial for trust, especially during crisis. Personal information must remain private except when legal or safety concerns necessitate disclosure. Think of confidentiality like keeping a friend's secret. It's really important for making sure people trust each other, especially when they share something private or sensitive. When someone knows their private information won't be shared without their permission, they feel more secure and are more likely to open up. Information about privacy entails that we should make sure that personal information stays private, just like you wouldn't want someone sharing your private messages or personal data without asking you. The same principle applies here. When people are assured that their personal information is kept confidential, they trust the system more. The second ethical principle is termed non-discrimination. When providing aid, it's crucial to ensure impartiality, avoiding discrimination based on race, gender, or other factors. Embracing cultural diversity and inclusion is key in all psychological first aid to give the necessary support. Impartial aid delivery entails the help that is given during emergency, like after a natural disaster or in a crisis. It's given fairly to everyone, no matter their race, gender, religion, or how much money they have. It's like treating everyone in line for a meal equally, ensuring everyone gets a fair share no matter who they are. By respecting cultural diversity and inclusion, it brings about respect and value the different backgrounds and ways of life that people bring to the table, especially when providing support or aid. It means making sure that the help offered fits well with the cultural practices and beliefs of everyone involved. Think of it as making sure everyone at a potluck dinner finds something they can eat, no matter what dietary rules they might follow. The third ethical principle essential for us to imbibe and use when carrying out psychological first aid is termed consent and autonomy. These two, when put together, are essential to provide respect for individuals so that their rights to make decisions about their care and to always accept and obtain consent before providing care are followed. This is very vital because it imbibes the principle that individual have a say in what that is going to be carried out, and that leads to the second principle called the autonomy. Autonomy focuses on involving people in their own care decision and respecting their right to make those choices. It's like asking someone their preferences before deciding on a meal for them. It's about giving them a say in matters that affect them. Engaging individuals in care decision means asking people for their input and considering their preferences when making decisions about their care or support. It's like asking a friend to choose a movie or a dinner spot instead of just deciding for them. Respecting their rights to choose. This is about honoring people's decision about their own life, whether it's which treatment to receive or not to receive at all. It's important to treat their choices with respect, just as you want yours to be respected. Consent in providing aid before helping someone is very vital in health or crisis situation. It's important to ask for their permission. This is not just polite, but crucial part of ethical caregiving. It ensures that help being it ensures that the help being offered is agreed upon, just like knocking and waiting for a come in before entering someone's room. Obtaining consent before assistance. This means explicitly asking someone if they want help before giving it. It's like asking if you can borrow someone instead of just taking it. So if you can borrow something instead of just taking it, it's about ensuring respect and agreement in the interaction. These principles help ensure that support and care are provided in a way that respects the dignity and choices of individuals, making sure they are active participants in their own care. In summary, the core principle of psychological first aid, the safety, calm, connectedness, efficacy, and hope, serve as the backbone for effective crisis intervention. By adhering to this principle and maintaining a strong ethical framework, including upholding confidentiality and practicing non-discrimination, responders can provide essential support in a manner that respects and enhances the dignity and recovery of those affected. Mastery of these principles and ethics prepares participants to handle crises with competence and compassion, crucial for anyone involved in first response and mental health support. Thank you.